Hi, so here's a very short review of the Asus Zenfone 2. I've been using this phone for about 2 days now, and what the unit I have is a 4GB memory, 32GB storage version with a 5.5-inch Full HD screen with Android 5.0. So let's start off with what I think is good. The look and feel wise, it has a brushed aluminum back cover that looks very premium actually. The curved back tapers towards the sides, and it provides a very good ergonomic grip that makes it feel slimmer than it actually is. Build quality is also very solid. Looks very solid. There's no gaps anywhere, but it feels slightly hollow when I tap on the plastic back cover. Features wise, it has a full HD screen that is very sharp with good viewing angles. And Asus has developed what is called Zen Motion, which provides predefined gestures to launch apps from sleep, and it works very well. So let's do a little demonstration. What I can do here is double tap to wake the screen up, or I can draw gestures to launch specific apps such as C for the camera. So here I am, the camera. And that's a very useful feature, I feel. The keyboard is also very good. It has swipe input that I like, and it also has built-in Chinese, so I don't have to download any additional dictionaries for Chinese input. So what I can do is show a demonstration of the type of the keyboard. Hello, testing the Asus Zenfone 2. As you can see, got everything. It's very accurate. The predictive input is quite accurate, as you can see. So next, it also has dual SIM support for people who travel regularly and use dual SIMs, and also a up to 64GB SD card support, so that you can expand the storage. Camera wise, it features 13 megapixels front and 5 megapixel rear cameras, so selfie freaks will be happy. Performance is also very excellent. No lag at all while swiping, probably due to the 4GB of RAM. And I've also run quite a few benchmarks here, and all the scores rank pretty highly among the current flagships of 2014 and 2015. Battery life is also excellent. I got a full day use of the device with battery to spare, and it also charges from 0 to 60% in under 40 minutes. Next, what I've noticed is that the touch latency is also very low. In fact, it's almost instantaneous. So what this means is that what you swipe on the screen is reflected almost instantaneously. So let's do a little demonstration here using a handwriting. So as you can see, the screen reflects what I draw almost instantaneously. And lastly, it has an extremely attractive price of, I believe, $429 for this particular unit, and I think that's about half the price of its competitors right now. Okay, so next I'll touch on some of the things that can be improved for this device. First off, the capacitive buttons here are not backlit, so in the dark you cannot really see them or feel them. There's no tactile feel to them, so that's something that I feel can be improved on. Secondly, I've noticed during my usage, and when I put the device in my pocket over the course of the day, the screen keeps turning on, despite me not doing that. So this contributed to battery drain. I believe it's because of the Zen Motion's double tap to wake function, because once I flip it over such that the screen is facing outside, it doesn't happen anymore. I think a flip case would probably solve this problem though. And also, regarding the battery usage, the battery stats indicate that Android OS is the main battery user, which is pretty weird despite me using some battery draining apps such as Google Maps, for example. This could be a lollipop issue with 5.0 and could be fixed with a software update possibly. leading to better battery life. Next, the back cover is smooth and slippery, so I found myself almost dropping this phone several times over the course of a day, which is probably very dangerous, especially due to its size and my tiny hands. Also, regarding the curved back, it makes it pretty hard to type on any kind of flat surface because it rocks back and forth. So this is something that you might want to consider if you do any kind of typing on surfaces regularly. Size-wise, it's pretty comparable to the Samsung Note series. What I have here is the Note 2. As you can see, the size is pretty similar, but it's slimmer, as in it's narrower than the Note 2 and Note 3 and Note 4, so it makes it easier to grip. Compared to 5-inch devices such as the S5 and the Nexus 5, you can see that it's quite a bit bigger, but still the screen to body ratio of this device is 72%, which is quite high also. Okay, and as I mentioned earlier, there is a double tap to wake. There is also a double tap to sleep, but this only works when you have an empty area on the screen. So let's demonstrate that. Goes to sleep. If you don't have the empty space, such as on this screen, there's no empty space, you won't be able to tap anywhere to sleep. So if you tap here, nothing will happen. If you tap on an app, obviously the app will launch. So its usefulness is limited by this fact. And next, I've also noticed that there's quite a bit of Asus preloaded software right here. As you can see, there is a grand total of 34 apps that could be useful for newbies who don't want to explore the Google Play Store but just want something that works. But for power users and experienced users, they'll probably want to use other apps that they've been using, or they want to discover new apps and might not use all these preloaded software frequently. So that's something to consider also. These apps cannot be uninstalled, but at least they can be disabled in the Android settings. So you could do that if you don't like these apps. Lastly, even though the back cover is removable, the battery is actually not removable. So you won't be able to get a spare battery and replace it easily. And this is probably done to keep the device slim and compact, and also for more solid build quality due to the reduction of moving parts. So in conclusion, this is a great phone with very competitive specs that delivers mostly on its promise and with a very attractive price, and that makes it a very good value. So I hope you like this phone as much as I do, and I hope you also like this review. Thank you.